What's the deal? What's the deal, chat? We up in this thing. We up in this thing. And as y'all can see, it's some more drama concerning this fight, man. Concerning this fight between Chibu and Blueface. And Adin Ross has come out and said he is the worst person to do business with. The worst person. And this is crazy because there's been a lot of talk, especially around the office, about Blueface's business, the way he's going about things, his comeback. And, this weekend was looked at as a success for the most part. It definitely was seen as a success, but now with all the back and forth and Blueface coming out and saying the fight is rigged, which is wrong. You can't do that. It is a sanctioned official event. Even I was doing it up with that narrative as well, just on some support in the West Coast. And also like what I felt I saw in the fight. You know what I'm saying? I said I watched half the fight. Fans killed me for that. And in the 3 rounds I watched, I didn't see Blueface lose any of those 3 rounds. So that would have meant Chibu had to, win the other 3 rounds, whatever. That's neither here nor there. Let's get into this clip right here.
Contractual obligation that he didn't follow, so he breached. He was supposed to wear a rain patch on his shorts. He didn't, and he's going to have to pay $100,000 for that. Breached another confidential, like he can't speak about anything, money, how much he got paid or whatnot. And we asked him to retract his statements, and he didn't. We gave him some time. We didn't want to do it. Now we're going to do it. So, yeah, we tried. We tried working with him and Whack, and they weren't really fucking with it, and they didn't want to work with us. So, sucks. But yeah, we tried. I literally wanted to pay him multiple times. You could ask Ack. Every fighter got paid after brand risk. Every fighter. Everybody's paid except him. Why? Because you can't go around saying that shit's rigged, and you can't not wear a rainback patch on your shorts when you contractually sign an obligation. And yeah, you can't talk about how much you're paying or being paid. So yeah, it sucks because he is probably one of the worst people to ever work with when it comes to business ever. There's actual contractual obligation that he didn't follow, so he breached. He was supposed to wear a...
The worst person to do business with ever. Come on, Adin. Adin putting a little extra sauce on it. Definitely putting a little extra sauce on it. But I mean, I feel like this could hurt the purse. Some stuff he said seemed pretty legitimate about him not wearing a rain bed patch. You know what I'm saying? Being 100K fine, that's huge, but at the same time, it's like, where is the money coming from? You know what I'm saying? Like, how are they putting on the event? Like, the least you could do is throw on a little rain bed patch. I know he had the blue Crip shorts on. Might have been a little bit of a clash, but you got to get to the bag, Blue. You got to get to the bag. And I mean, like, as far as him coming out and expressing himself, like, as a fighter who was disappointed in losing, like, yeah, you probably want to stay away from verbiage saying that the fight was rigged and stuff like that, but there were a lot of behaviors going on that people didn't appreciate, and people are calling that out on the internet right now as far as Adin betting on the fight in the way in which it was going to go. A lot of people thought that was a little unscrupulous, but regardless of that, I feel like it's all content until it's not content. Some of the things that Adin's talking about, I feel like is content. Some of the things he's not. And just knowing his camp, Mr. Whack 100, Mr. It's all content. I'm just doing the content, nothing but content. You know what I'm saying? I think that they're kind of two-stepping with this, where they doing it up on the content end, but also, it's a lot of business involved. But anyway, let's get into this next clip with Wack claiming that Adin did some salacious things. He was trying to solicit him.
Yo, 9:15, y'all tune in. Sorry I had to come to this, but 100 So YouTube channel, the truth about Adin Ross and the boxing match, right? And his sexual advances at people. Hate to say it, but he tried his bully tactics, and I guess he thought we was gonna go street. and we kept it corporate. Adin, nothing in the contract supports what you're talking about. We'll play the long game. But I want you to tell the people on how you tried to use your Jewish ties for whatever reason, as if I had a problem with you being Jewish, and how you continue to make sexual advances at me. Just the other day.
Yo, this is not an internet, but a business story as old as time, bro. This shit is so American. This shit is so American. So what do we have here? We got uh a young Jewish businessman trying to do business with a black music executive, manager, business person, whatever you want to say. And he's saying he trying to get over on him. You know, I don't got any problem with the Jewish community. I'm not trying to say stereotypical things here, but I'm just saying like like I can't help but to think about this in the sense of a storyline, right? Like we have two content driven entities, right? And it's like Aiden's always doing the inflammatory race play, sex play nonsense, whatever. And then you always got Whack on the other end, telling Adam, oh yeah, with the race stuff, the white man this, the white man that. This is just, you feel me? It's giving me Easy E or Ice Cube versus Jerry Heller, whoever it was, whoever went at it with Heller. That's what's coming to my mind right now.
Hey, after I asked you time and time again, can you please respect that I'm a straight man? You know we got the content. Yeah, we got the content. 9:15, we up.
And this is why I'm saying nothing but content. Nothing but content. Like I think Adin is being serious when he's talking about some of this contractual stuff. And I kind of picked up on his tone where he was saying like, you can't say a fight is being rigged. There's other governing bodies involved. You know what I'm saying? Like the Florida Athletics Commission is supplying the referees supposedly. These are all internet narratives. I haven't seen any proof of this, but that's what is being said. I guess that's the process that you go through to put on a sporting event, especially one like boxing. You have to have lots of insurances. People could literally die in the ring. So that part I can just deduce to being real. That makes sense, right? So I just start tallying up all the money that Aiden's putting on towards this event. And Blueface came out and said that he had a $350,000 purse. And a part of that $350,000 was, you got to have this Rain Bet logo on. And Blueface decided to violate that, missing out on $100,000. That's going to start an argument right then and there. You feel like his fighter unfairly got a decision over you. That's going to upset you based off of the performance that you feel that you put in. Both fighters were raising their hands. I do believe they legitimately both thought that they won, right? And then on the other end, you got Adin betting on the fight with academics, having a friendly bet with academics on the side. And you can say like, okay, $20,000 really isn't a big deal to these people. And in the grand scheme of having to pay a rapper $350,000, I don't know what Chibu was paid. Renting out refs, getting licensing and insurance from the Florida Athletics Commission, whoever's putting this on, whoever's supplying the referees and making it an official fight. $20,000 in the grand scheme of things really isn't a lot of money. So it's a wobbler. It's a wobbler. That one we gonna you 6, 7, más o menos. Who knows? I wouldn't want to lose my 20K. You know what I'm saying? But let's keep getting into this. Before we go to the text messages, let's get into this clip with Adam.
Chibu, no. He said no, right? No.
Adam, can you please tell this brother if he believe in you, then put something up?
I can't bet. I can't bet on my own promotions. I'll get arrested. You see what's happening to all these NBA players, NFL, MLB players, bro. I can't do that. I don't want to get invested.
Y'all be having some good excuses, man.
I do, yeah.
Y'all.
Okay. All right, so we've upped it. It's a 20, just to be clear, it's a 20K bet with me and Adin. I
Chibu,
have
I'm giving
blue.
you half this, Chibu. I'm giving you half this, Chibu. So win this shit for us, bro.
Yo.
I'm giving you half of that.
Okay.
Whatever it is, I play with you,
Hey,
Chibu.
hey,
Come on. Chibu, no. He said no, right? No,
Adam,
no.
Adam, can you please tell his brother if he believe in you, then put something up?
I can't bet.
Now let's be real. Let's be real. Adin didn't want to bet on Adam. Adin wasn't trying to lose money. He's a shrewd businessman. He could do the math. He seen the way Adam was moving, the way Adam was getting talked to. Hey, he said, I'm trying to keep this money. I'm not dumb. You know what I'm saying? It's already a gamble, but I'm not about to just straight up lose the money and put it on Adam 22. Hey, we didn't see a spar video from Adam 22. We didn't see no real intense workouts or anything. My man got on that. Shout out Adam. My man got on Vlad and said, yeah, I just thought about this as an extended Instagram reel, a promotion, which is crazy. I mean, I get it. Anything for the content. Hats off. I'm a rookie in this. I'm trying to learn. You know what I'm saying? There's some things I feel like I got to take myself more seriously about. But as I'm learning, hey, anything for the content. I'm sure Adam got a nice purse. Was it Blueface's $350,000? Probably not. But it was a lot more than I'm getting sitting here talking about this nonsense. But I think Adin is, he's making a joke here. It's in jest. But what he's saying is real, right? Like betting on your own sporting event. I'm sure the commissioner of the NBA cannot make friendly bets on NBA games. I'm sure there's something in his contract, whatever, morals and ethics, you can't do that. With a betting app, within a sanctioned betting place, friendly bets, that's where we kind of get into a little, I don't know what the rules are about that. I should look it up. But it's fair for people to question, why is Adin betting on a fight that he's hosting, especially when you said this, like, it feels like a week before. I know it's like a month before or something. This was sometime in January. You should have just kept it across the board. Because I'm sure academics got paid. I'm sure Adin got paid from academics. I'm sure he got paid that $20,000 when his fighter won. But, at the end of the day, the judges are not involved in any of this stuff, and they called it 4-2. I just personally don't understand how you see that fight 4-2. I would love to see their scorecards. I did a reaction on the fight on my channel, and I didn't come away with that. I came away with a 3-3 draw. I think at best 3-3 draw. Being fair to Chibu is a 3-3 draw, especially taking into account that he probably wasn't deducted for pushing Blueface out of the ring, and people are trying to make excuses about that, whatever. Like, come on, bro. Y'all just be doing too much with it. And especially, like the no jumper fans, logic is so shite sometimes. Like, I go through the comments, I try to look for constructive criticism, the hate, water off a turtle's back, whatever. But people being like, yo, this dude Ricky has the biggest opinion about this, and he came into work saying he only saw half of the fight. Newsflash, I only saw half of the fight. And in the 3 rounds I observed, I didn't see Blueface losing any of the 3 rounds. Let me see. I might have my notes here. I might still have my notes right here. You feel me? I keep a little trusted paper. What I say right here? Okay, maybe this doesn't have the fight notes. But if you're scoring the fight 4-2 Chibu, and I'm watching the fight and I'm saying, like, yo, I really don't feel like he won any of the first 3 rounds. Maybe I felt like he won the 3rd round and the 6th round. The best boxing happened in the 4th round. Deductive reasoning should tell you, if I feel like he didn't win the first 3 rounds, he has to win the back 3 rounds. And even if he does that, it's going to be a tie. And of course, I'm not talking about a matter of fact, because the matter of fact is Blueface lost the fight. The refs already declared that night, 2 days before I'm on the news, that Blueface lost the damn fight. So that's a matter of fact. But when we come in, we talk about our opinions, right? Or if I came in there and I go, oh yeah, Blueface lost the fight. That's what the ref said. Next topic. That's boring. But if I go in there, do it up, cast any form of doubt about the referee's decision making, now we're getting into a conversation. Now the conversation, the topic's flowing, whatever, it may go here, it may go there. You know what I'm saying? Y'all love to call out bad podcasting, but y'all don't see I'm content, baby. I'm content. You know what I'm saying? It's a reason why I'm on the couch. It's a reason why. Cause I'm running it up. You know what I'm saying? And I understand, like, coming from I used to observe No Jumper, right? Like from the fan perspective. And I would observe hosts come in and be like, I don't know anything about this topic, say some bullshit, talk around it, whatever, whatever. And I would be annoyed. I understand that can be annoying for fucking sure. But Munchie didn't watch the fight. Lush didn't watch the fight. Sus didn't watch the fight. At least I watched half of it and gave y'all a fair take, or a honest take to say. I do believe that fight was a draw. There's no way you walk away from that fight saying that Chibu won. Go watch my fight review. I talk about how both the gentlemen grew into the fight. Another thing, I was wrong. Blueface fight Southpaw. I was wrong. But yeah, I talked about how both the dudes grew into the fight, how Chibu was, using his body weight in the clinch and stuff. And when I watched the fight progress and saw him fighting out of the clinch, getting Blue to kind of maybe relax his defense when he went to hold him, and then, bumping him off, fighting out of it. Blue was kind of in that Philly shell. He was bumping, jabbing, coming with that right, and that left, the power hand. And Chibu learned after the bump, he's gonna, you feel me? He's gonna try to throw his power hand, and he caught him with that nasty left hook, with that check hook. Blue never saw it coming, because what happens with the hook? It comes from the blind side. So I tip my hat to Chibu. He's a warrior. He got in there. He fought. He did his thing, and he did it very well. And I tip my hat to Blue as well. I think maybe his strategy wasn't the best, but the more I observed it, that was good, clean boxing. The best boxing came in the fourth round, and Blue had this sequence where he fought very technically. He defended himself. He fought out of his defense. He was throwing counters, and he was landing at all levels of the body, different sides of the body. That was for an amateur boxer to do that, to hit on different levels, bump, defend, you know what I'm saying? Make your opponent look silly, score up top, score down low. It's very hard to do. It's super duper duper hard to do. So I feel like if we're talking about the artistry of boxing, you know what I'm saying? Blue definitely was the more technical boxer. He put more skills on display, but Shibu is more of the brawler, the aggressor. It was hard for Blue to move his body in the ring, because you got to think Chibu has a very high threat level. So when you're coming forward, you have to be conscious of what you can do in the space. Anyway, this isn't a reaction. Y'all go peep that reaction video. But good fight nonetheless. Lots of controversy coming from it. So the last piece of little controversy that we're dealing with when it comes to the scenario is Whack releases a whole bunch of text messages in a group chat with I'm presuming academics, Blueface, and Adin Ross, in which he accuses Adin Ross of sex playing him. I'm not really gonna pause. I guess Whack is saying, no, I said I'm not gay. You can keep saying we should kiss, and I'm letting you know, as a straight man, I'm not gay. I don't kiss men. So, this continues on, and I guess Adin, he also accuses Adin of leveraging his Jewish background against him, and saying that Adin was calling him anti-Semitic because he didn't want to embrace him lovingly or something. I don't know. It's a whole bunch of trolling going on in this conversation. You can't tell what's real. You can't tell what's fake. Adin obviously has a pretty decent sense of humor. I get it. It's very high school. It's very high school jonesing with the boys. He reminds me of one of my homies who you just can't take anything he says seriously. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that he's serious about is his dog. As I'm seeing this little dog right here on the screen. But like, yeah, you know what this really tells me, Adam. Adam, next time you get in a disagreement with Whack about some business, you know that membership split on the Whack Pack's not working out the way he wants it. Guess what? All them times you sex played him, guess what? Guess what? I wish I had a soundboard, boy. He coming after you. Yeah, harassment suit. You know what I'm saying? And the part that I like the most out of this text from Whack, this exchange from Whack, was he said, "You think I'm gonna go street on you, but Whack 100, the gang banger is dead. You're talking to Cash Jones, the businessman." So in this scenario, we have Cash Jones, the manager. His artist is losing 100,000 because he didn't want to wear a rain bet patch. 100,000 gone. So if you're such an astute businessman, why didn't you make sure that your artist was wearing the rain bet patch? Because he doesn't want to wear it because it doesn't look cool. It's gonna I guess clash with the crypt flag. We could sacrifice $100,000 because of a design choice. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, right? And Adin's saying your fighter's not getting paid at all. Your artist isn't getting paid at all. So I want to see what Cash Jones, the businessman, I want to see what that business hand is gonna do and how this situation gets settled. Because what I'm viewing here is a whole bunch of rock throwing, right? You did this, you said that, etc., etc. I'm not gonna pay you. And that's, let me correct myself, not rock throwing. Aiden's in the right to say that. You didn't fulfill your contractual obligations and you violated a major clause in the contract saying that you can't come out saying that this is rigged or any. I'm 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure, but I would say that I am 90% sure that in this agreement, in this contract, right, with not only Adin Ross but maybe a athletic commission that's run by the state of Florida, that there's some kind of verbiage that says you cannot come out with defamatory language towards the way that the official procedure of the fight is conducted with the referees and stuff like that. I have no doubt in my mind that that verbiage has to exist somewhere in this contract if Adin is doing good business, right? So I don't know what the fine is going to be on that and how much money that voids or what the legal ramifications are, but I could say with a little bit of certainty just off of reasoning that probably exists in the contract, right? And that Adin has the stronger business appeal here, that if he actually did not want to pay Blueface, he has the legal authority to do so, and he'll probably win in court because it's a contract that's enforceable. You know what I'm saying? Especially with him saying that parts of the contract were already violated with him not wearing the patch. And now Wack comes out and says, well, in defense of that, which isn't a defense, right? How is this going to get your client your money? Oh, you sexually harassed me. That's a totally different lawsuit. That has nothing to do that your manager getting sexually harassed by the event organizer is a lawsuit in its own. It's not going to say, "Oh, well, since I got sexually harassed by you, you have to pay my guy. Just pay my guy. We're going to throw away the sexual." It's not going to work that way. So this just seems like, I don't know, Cash Jones, your logic, your business acumen right here is being questioned, and I'm very, very, very interested to see how this plays out. And if I had to make a prediction, I'm sure that Adin and Blueface will have a conversation or whatever, and Adin will, try to find a gentlemanly way to resolve this, in which brand risk doesn't take a bigger public image hit. You can't be soft on these rappers now. You can't be soft on these rappers, but at the same time, everybody wants to see the rappers fight. Everybody wants to see the rappers fight. And if you give these rappers more excuses not to get in their ring, oh, you get freedom of expression, Afro man, I can't say what I want, do what I want. These rappers they big babies, right? They're huge children. So if you give them any more excuses, oh, look how they did Blue. Blue didn't get his 350. He went in there, got his ass whooped by some normie, and he didn't even get a check. That's what they're going to say. That's what they're going to say. That's what they're going to say. And they're going to use it as an excuse. You already see 1090 Jake calling them boys out, saying you could get the beats too. You could get the beats too. Finesse 2 times said, boy, box this gleek. You feel me? That's what I got for you. That's what I got for you. Boston Richie said, no, it's real smoke. I'ma see you in the streets, boy. I'ma see you in the streets because it's real smoke my way. Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. Keep giving these rappers excuses, man. Keep giving them excuses. I don't really see how this ups a rapper's rank. I'm not mad at a rapper for not wanting to put his neck on the line and, get in there and tussle and lose like we saw with Blueface. I'm not too mad at that, but at the same time, the tough guys got to get back to being tough, boy. Tough guys got to get back to being tough, boy. All right, man. Well, that's all for that. That's all for that.